All right. Yeah, I think things should be good. Let's make sure the audio is coming through. Testing. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me mute this. Chat. Cool. Just getting it all set up. All right. Yeah. Okay. So there were a couple of small things that I did that I didn't broadcast just because I had a little bit of time and I couldn't really jump online, for an extended amount of time. So I figured that by the time I started it, I would have to shut it down. But there were a couple really important things actually that I was also thinking about before I got to jump on and do it. One is that the renderer should actually have multiple owners and be mutable. So it's a good fit for this RC, so I can have multiple owners, and then the ref cell inside of it for the interior immutability, as I call it. Now it's especially important for passing to the DOM callbacks, like resizing in the ticker. Resize doesn't work yet. I didn't get that working yet. In the ticker, I also just refactored things and just moved things out a little bit, putting it in the these. Actually, no, sorry, it's in examples. So in these, the DOM handlers, right? So because if we think about it, inside of the ticker, it's going to have to constantly it's going to re-access the renderer, so it has to own it, and resize, it also has to re-access it, and for sure resize, it has to be mutable, and because it's going to call functions on the renderer that's going to change the internal data inside the renderer, and the ticker also is also probably going to want to do mutable stuff to it. Now the question is whether or not I want to pass it to the scenes as a RC ref cell. And what I have right here is actually not doing it. It's we get a borrow of it and then just pass it in as a reference. I actually think that should be the choice of the individual renderers. That they should be able to own it, or own a reference to it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. So yeah, 1 second. Let me minimize this guy over here. Yeah. Okay, so we have our, whoops, wrong window. Whoa, what am I doing? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we want to actually get this as a use solid. What is it? What's a ref cell? Cell. Okay. The truth is, then render. I have another discussion going on about Rust stuff, learning Rust. second. Okay, all right, back to this. Sorry about the downtime. 1 second. Okay. Right. So the question is, do I want to pass references to the render? Yeah, I think I do. But I think what I also want to do is maybe give it like a setup. Self and a RC. Let's go look at the quad render. Or actually, no. What it should actually be. Yeah, we don't really care about scene. That's in this integration test. What we want to do is make a new trait as a renderable. Like on the actual crate. And then in our local example, it won't really matter like what we do. the truth is, let's get rid of these. Don't need to pass it in anymore. We'll just have this like update. So I think what we really want here is a renderable. We'll just call it render. Should we call it a bull? Call it render. So render should really just have render. Actually, should it be mutable? Mute self. Yeah, it's not limited. Render. But here it's not going to be an owned. Here it's just going to be a reference. Actually, no, it shouldn't even take it. It should just be immutable. Yeah, I think that's right. And then we should be able to call anything with it. Okay, let's get our quad scene. I think the whole associated type thing. What I want to do is I want to have a new, and it should take a render. And I want to get back an item. About how to do this. Oh, alright, it seems to work. Okay. Okay, I gotta learn about associated types. It's so annoying how all the web links are pointing to the like first edition book. Okay, advanced traits. Intended with associated with the traits of the trait. I can use these places to and potentially use sometimes exactly. Okay, we're just going. Associated types, new item. Huh. I think that is that. Scene. You know, that's not exactly what we want. We should be able to just return self. Oh, right. Okay, it would just be no, right? Lost here. Why won't let me do that? Do I need to do that in a box? Oops. Okay, that works. I mean, this is... I don't think I really like this new... Give a render, get back a result. All right, whatever. Let's stick with it for now. Because again, this isn't in the library code. This is just in the application code. So I'm okay with it. This part though, this render. Yeah, let's say WebGL render is in the library code. So now we have this trait that we're going to want to implement over here. But okay. All right, so now all this is broken. Okay, so update. Okay, right on. So yeah. Render. Yeah, then we could update the data. Right. Actually, you know what? I think we can just keep references now. Okay, that's cool. Okay, because soon we're going to want to pass these into like some sort of hash map in the renderer itself. So we want it to be mutable reference. And here we have the ownership coming through. So let's see what's going on here. Expected lifetime parameter. Right, because the reference to the renderer is going to depend on the lifetime of the renderer, right? And that's depending on the lifetime of the scene. So we could do, I think like this. Not sure exactly. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Lifetimes. Okay. I'm actually not sure what this first one is versus the second one. Post that on the phone. Right. Has a borrowed value within a lighter life of the static life. The life cannot be derived from the arguments. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Because we want it to be. I think. Yeah, okay, cool. Right. Okay, expected, right. So now we want to actually get our reference because we're not going to need multiple owners within the scene. The scene just needs to own its own reference. And the reason we had to do this, is because we could have multiple scenes at a time. That's right. So at the top level, it needs the RC, and then okay. So let's shadow it. Okay, let's actually say it like this. WebGL render. Let's name it here. Oh wait. Why do we have to name the properties here? That's weird. It's whatever. Okay. WebGL render. Mute. Well, the truth is we could just do this. Can we do the last to the okay. Okay, borrow mute error. Right. So we need to implement it from borrow mute error. I don't like that. Okay, fine, so right. No, not or else. Error, otherwise returns. No. Yeah. I think there's one that should actually just wrap it in that also. Same thing. Okay, just use or. That's it. Actually, maybe we should just. Yeah, I want unknown. That's kind of weak. It's native. Oh, all right, cool. Okay, expected render, got a ref mute, right. We want then quad render. I think, yeah, okay, cool. Great. Now we don't need to pass render into all these. Just call render with the data. It's much nicer. And we render, what else do we have? Update render, now we don't need that, that's just folded into update. Okay, nice, no errors. That's really cool. I know we have errors somewhere else, but right there. I think what we really want is that quad renderer should actually be a renderable. So we actually need like set data, maybe. It's a little confusing, 1 second. Oh, it's the scene that is a renderable, right? Right. So actually, what we need is in the scene definition, this we don't need to do render. Well, actually, let's say tick, and then I'll make it call its own renderer thing. Okay, so Hey Mario, how's it going? Sorry, I don't get like notifications when the like anyone joins the stream or the chat or anything. So it's like just whenever I happen to notice it. So sorry if I've just like not responded in a while. Um, so I actually feel like now now I'm in kind of this space of dealing with the organization of like traits and stuff, and it actually feels similar to like Go, which I haven't touched in a while. That whole idea of like structuring stuff. Yeah. No, actually, I think the delay should be not as bad now because there's like a setting that I changed, so hopefully it won't be as bad. But we'll see. Okay. Um, so I definitely made progress since the last time I think you joined. First of all, just learning a lot more about Rust, and also just like getting stuff done. I think the big cool thing, which I mentioned at the beginning here, but I'll just show, is this idea. I was really stuck before because I had the render, and then when I tried passing it to the request animation frame tick, it had to own the renderer because it's actually really complicated. I don't really understand it, but it's basically the tick has to last for it has to be static lifetime. I don't really know why, but it does. And so the only way I could get it to work was if I passed the renderer this like object as an owned thing. But then I also needed it not in the tick, but like to update the stuff in the GPU between ticks or just whenever stuff wants to do it. So it had to own it. And then I realized that I'm going to have other DOM callbacks, like when the screen resizes. And because of the lifetimes associated with the, I think it has to do with like the JavaScript and WebAssembly boundary, that like anytime it has to call into the JavaScript, it has to be static. And, or something like that. So basically it had to own it. So, I mean, the solution is like kind of obvious to anyone who's been coding more Rust than I have. And I was kind of confused, like, why am I seeing RC and refcell everywhere, like looking at random code? And now I see, like, this is the problem that it solves, of where you have multiple owners. That's what the RC is for. And then the render itself has to be mutable. So it's that like interior mutability thing that the Rust book talks about. So I'm glad that I actually had a use case for it, and I think it was the right solution. So now I'm just kind of refactoring and trying to get stuff to work with that and the other trait like type system stuff. So yeah. So I think I have about another hour plus, hour 15 minutes or so, so hopefully get somewhere with it. Okay, so I don't like calling this like, this is just, I know that it seems, by the way, I actually have a question. It seems that like the normal way of naming things in Rust is like to name it, I don't know what the right grammar is, like the verb or the infinitive or whatever, like to call this like a trait, like a render, not a renderable. But I kind of want to call it like a renderable. Like, am I like being terrible by doing that? I don't know, but I think I'm gonna do it just because like visually it like looks, I don't know, it's just easier to deal with. Let's change it later, I guess. Okay, import for quad scene. All right, this is where I'm gonna start getting confused. Render. So it takes an add self and renderer. Alright, here there's going to be all kinds of stuff, but let's, cannot find true. That's not true. It's so not true. WebGL renderable. Maybe it's the Vim plugin. What? Oh, because Why? Return type? Not seeing it. Right. So it's saying it just can't find this trait, but it's like it should be renderable, WebGL, render. Oh. Wait, no WebGL renderable. What? That's really weird. Okay, I guess it's like Rust trying to tell me not to do this. Is it like telling me because I know it's not really because of that, but I mean, I know that can't. Yo, what? Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. How did that fix it? That is so weird. It actually fixed the error. Oh, no, wait, no, it didn't. No WebGL render. Okay, all right. Are traits just like something that you don't import? Like they're just kind of like there? I'm really confused about that. No WebGL render in render. Man, that's confusing. All right, well, just continue on and like start filling it out and then see what happens. Okay. Did not get this. Why is this not? This is just annoying. Cannot find trait. Why? Why can't I find the trait? Oh, no. No, do I have to do this? That's not right. This sucks. Maybe if I look to the console, I'll get more info. Oh, what? Because I was adding stuff before. That changed something. No. Quad scene 16. Oh wait, now it seems to be working. Oh, so it was a bug that I had in a different file that was like causing this. All right, so you know what, we'll keep the naming semantics of. All right, so let's see what expected type. Okay, the first one is fine. The second is because of the lifetime. Oh right, we don't need this because we just grab it from self. I think this is okay actually. Why does it want a lifetime? I mean, give it one, but okay, I don't know why it needs one there, but whatever. All right, so, oh, because otherwise we're gonna, no. I think maybe once we implement it with, oh, because the struct has a lifetime defined on it. So therefore, if like self dot anything is referring to something, I think it has to know its lifetime. Okay, whatever. The point is that now we should be able to. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. So now the idea is, I think in C, no, sorry, in tick. Okay, we want to update data, and then self dot render self dot render render. Yeah, we're gonna move all that stuff out. I think what we want to do is we want to WebGL render self. Oh, wait, we don't even need to, let's just make this pub. my head spin. All right. So what we really want to do is we want to self.render.WebGL render. Oh, wow. Okay, that compiles. That's cool. And then what we want to do is we want to, so the actual render implementation is going to call self.render.render self.data. Is that right? Reference to it. Whew, okay. This is a little bit backwards and ugly. It'd be nice to actually stick all the rendering stuff in here. But now we can like work with different scenes at like the higher level up in a more abstract way. And just call like, quad render, mesh render, whatever. And anyway, this is something, because it's abstracted, we can like fix this up and clean it up. Like if we want to stick all the rendering code in here, we could do it. It'd be really nice actually to have this in a separate file. But okay, all right, so in the scene, I just want to make sure, I just want to follow this through. So in the scene.tick is called, it's going to call self.render with its WebGL renderer. And then here, let's render GL render. And here, let's call this here also. And that way we've split, we've made it that we have freedom now to let these like individual renders own the WebGL renderer or just pass around as a reference. Any implementation of WebGL render itself is just going to get it as a reference, but we can keep ownership and it's all good. Okay, so now let's GL render. You know what? I think I want to actually move this up to the scene. I think it would be a little cleaner. So right, got about another hour. Yeah, this is gonna be nicer. Moving this up a level made sense. Okay, now let's just add it to the struct. Render. Whoa, whoops, what was that? Cool, and now it'll, where are we getting a expected reference found ref mute? That's not true. Oh. All right, let's just go through this one thing at a time. One file at a time. All right, we actually want this to be a mutable reference. Oh shit. What's up with that? Parameter A is never used. What? Expected type found here. So, to have it backwards? Okay. Okay, expected mute renderer found ref mute. I think we have to do like. Does that make sense? Oh wait, no, the first thing is we're gonna get that, and then necessary. Wait, what is this type? Okay, that's. Type. Oh, it's like getting us all the way back to. Oh, let's read that. Oh, okay. We're a little bit closer. Okay. Nice. So now the big question is, did we really need all that? No, because the smart pointer will give us what we need. So do we even need this? Okay, we do, because we have to get a reference to it. It'll automatically deref, I guess. Okay, so far so good. And I'm assuming at this point the ref cell itself gets dropped. No. So we're passing the reference, because we still have a reference to it. The reference is alive for the whole thing. We're just making it like easier to get it. Yeah, okay. All right, so now, so I can self.render, and then we could just pass the WebGL context, and the WebGL render. WebGL render. And here, it needs the data and the WebGL render. Render. Okay, cool. Great. And here we don't need lifetime for any of this stuff. It's just going to get a reference to it when it needs it. Oh, in fact, we can just give it the context. Actually, no, you know, let's go with the whole render. Yeah. Render. Why are we doing context as a function? That's, what's up with that? But hey, so far so good. This doesn't need it. Okay, so now the WebGL render is alive as long as the quad scene is, then we can keep passing it down to the render as we need it. And that's good. Okay. What now? Oh, right. I was saying that the render is where the context is a function. Yeah, what? This is silly. Oh, it's to get it as a reference? Because this will move it out if we... play with the ground. Okay, so now Okay, yeah. So we should be fine. Keeping it as an owned value, and then it's just if we, oh wait, but it's if we try and do this. Can we do that? Oh yeah, it is gonna move it. Damn it. I feel like there's probably a way of doing this, but you know what? The truth is the compiler is going to check us on all this, so maybe it doesn't really matter. We're not going to like accidentally move it out. Maybe. Just declare that it lives as long as the renderer does. That's also mutable. Okay. Yeah. And whatever. Oh, wait, no, then it's gonna, no. Take all that back. I want it to in its context. Yeah, you know what, accidentally moving it is going to be a compiler error, I think, so let's just keep this. Okay. Ooh. You know what? Let's go back to the context thing. Make it mutable. You know, let's actually change it to Alright, cool. That'll help us enforce the borrowing rules too. Fine. So we have right. Context. Cool. That works. Alright, let's see where are we at with like our different errors. Whoa. Alright. No method named render. Okay, DOM handler, we'll get there. DOM handlers. I want to fix everything else first. Okay, and integration test scene. Alright. lib.rs. Yeah, okay, for sure. Of course. You want RC clone. Yeah. Huh? Soon. Oh. Doesn't really make sense. Let's try fixing the other errors. DOM handlers. Alright. Oh, now the truth is we don't even need to pass the render in now, right? That's cool. because now each scene owns the render. I like that more, that it's like the scene owns the render rather than passing the render to each scene. Because then we could also have different, like we could totally have different kinds of yeah, as long as the scene implements tick, we're good. So we could have even like stuff that's not WebGL based. We could have all kinds of stuff, all kinds of scenes. So I like that. All right, but then we gotta get it to compile. Okay, I mean, it seems like we're pretty close. It looks like this is the latest. Yeah, all right. Functions are new, not found. Okay. So quad scene function or associated new, not found for this. Is it just because I have to do pub? Doesn't really make sense though. Bull scene from a quad scene. It's gonna have new. That is super weird. So as scene. Yeah, I did not get this. If the trait is in scope. Oh. Right, I think I have to no, both of those are. Maybe. Oh. All right. Cool. Oh wait, why is this an issue? Oh. The trait bound the trait. paragraph. Yeah. Okay. Oh shoot. Why is this? I cannot borrow. Okay. No, render shouldn't be mutable. Soon. No. Render. Yeah, that's right. So what's the problem? Okay, that's okay. All right, first of all, I think let's move this down because it'll just like feel nicer. Okay, second, let's resolve these issues. Cannot borrow mutable. Oh, really? Is this? All right. You cannot return value referencing function parameter WebGL. Okay, box new. Let's. Cannot reference local. But we own it, so why is that a problem? All right, what if we move this out? Oh, because it's going to get dropped and the reference is no longer any good. Right. Well, again, because this is all at the not in the library level, I think it's okay. Let's own it. Lifetime now. I'm not even sure if we need one here, right? So not totally sure. This is really true. Yeah, if we don't want to pass the renderer down to the tick. And that's what we need to do. Okay. Right here, I could just as we just panic if we can't get it. It kind of sucks to have to do this on every... Oh, man. Because in every tick, every renderer... Well, actually, it's at the scene level. Yeah, so we could, like, unwrap it up here and then pass it in. That's exactly what we should do. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? Let's do it like this. So this should actually be a result. So nothing or an error. Yeah, you know what? Here, let's do that. You know, we don't even have to borrow this mutable here. That's kind of cool. Okay. Scene. Cool. Okay. Guess we need to box this up. And let's box new. Oh, right. What? Alright, render. Cannot borrow. guess it is. Whatever. No, that's not true. Come on. Oh, right. Mutable borrow occurs here. Mutable borrow occurs here. Why is it a mutable borrow? Self.render. Mute self. No, no. Why would it be? I mean, this is not going to work. But it's self that's mutable, not WebGL render. Yeah, it shouldn't. You know what? We already know that it's always going to be safe here. Yeah, it looks nice too. That's where we at with the errors. No errors. All right. Is that a good thing? Okay, we're not seeing anything. That's a bad thing. Oh, all right. Shit. Cannot borrow self as mutable because it's also borrowed as immutable. Why is it borrowed as immutable? Immutable borrow occurs here. That is just not true. Oh, do we just have to, is this all it is? In fact, you know what? We know, since we own it, that it's still good. gotta be, because we own it. We got out of scope. Really like to get this working. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I really do not get where it's happening. Hey Mario, I also got to go in a minute. Like 5 minutes I have to run. So see you. Thanks for dropping by. Peace. Temporary with X. So you know what, let's change this. Oh wait, no, it's not gonna work. Cannot borrow itself as mutable because it's also borrowed as immutable. What the hell? Alright, so I guess we do want to just give it a context. And then there goes that whole thing of owning the ref cell up here.